go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. It's time. I love getting notified of my own stream going live. What? No, I don't want to play with that. Oh, hi, Yuji. See any Jehovah's Witnesses lately? Getting away from that one. Oh, a nugget! Hardy, hardy, hard. Alright, well, welcome back to the Pokemon Emerald Professor Oak Challenge. Now, I know today is Friday, which means usually we'd be indulging in some good old-fashioned garbage bin content, but because I didn't have anything really set in stone for today, and I didn't really have time this week to find something specific to to play for the garbage bin, I decided that instead, today, we would focus fire on some more of our Emerald POC. We've been making a lot of really good progress. We only have 4 more evolutions to go, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, let me just double-check the box so I see exactly what we have left to do today. So we have Gulpin, Manectric. We have to get Gulpin to Swalot. We have to get Electrike to Manectric. We have to get Oddish to Gloom. And then, of course, we have to get Geodude to Graveler. Now, thankfully, 2 of the Pokemon we're evolving today, while they do have additional evolutions, those evolutions are inaccessible either at this given time or totally, completely unavailable. In the case of Graveler, obviously Graveler can evolve into Golem, but unfortunately, without trading, we can't get Golem in this game, which, for our sake, is actually good. That's one less thing to get. In terms of Gloom, Gloom can evolve twice, either once into Vileplume or once into Blossom, depending on the stone you give it. But because neither of those evolution stones are accessible at this point in the game, not even through pickup, we don't have to evolve Gloom at all. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, oh, why don't you catch another Oddish so that way you can evolve Gloom nice and easy down the line? Well, easy. The only reason I'm not doing that is that you can catch Wild Gloom later. So there's no point in me catching an Oddish and grinding it up to a Gloom now. Like, an additional one, at least. And that... Oh, Moonlight. You're a rat. You are a rat, woman. Okay, well... But yeah, so that is what our stream is going to be like today. We've got 4 evos to get, and once we are done, we are going to go up against Watson. I am thinking of doing so in a way where the odds are stacked very much against me on paper, but realistically, it's going to go really well in my favor. My best thought process here is that I perhaps go for Crobat into the gym fight. I think I came up to that conclusion last stream, this past Tuesday. I think it'd be really funny to beat an Electric-type gym leader with a Flying-type. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to beat Watson with a Pokemon that is weak to him. We didn't really have I found any shinies yet? Unfortunately, no. We have not seen any of the full odds shinies. Not to say I'm not looking for them, but, you know, it's always possible, given that there are a good chunk more Pokemon compared to when we did our Leaf Green Professor Oak challenge. The odds of us finding a shiny, while not considerably higher, are still higher. We're going to have to encounter more Pokemon. We're going to have to level up more Pokemon. So the chances of a shiny showing up at least are a bit more realistic. I'm not going to bank on any shiny showing up. I just think it would be really cool. And if I do find a shiny, I do think I'll go out of my way to get its full evolution if it has it. Obviously, if the shiny I find is like a Relicanth or something, I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I am going to catch the Relicanth, because of course I am. We are going to get rid of Mudsport here. As much as I don't see a reason to hold on to Defense Girl, the potential of, I think, getting Rollout would be good. But my Platinum playthrough, well, my Zubat is shiny. That is pretty cool. That matches up with our good buddy Brandon from the 4-Man Nuzlocke stream, who, against all odds, found a shiny Gibble during our Nuzlocke. So that's pretty sick, I gotta say. Also, we are getting supremely lucky on these Illumises, and finding that Volbeat. I am not going to stay in for that, though. Listen, it's the shinies that you're not trying to get that wind up being the coolest ones. There's a handful of shinies that I've found in different playthroughs over time. I remember when I was playing Scarlet Violet for the first time, I ran into a couple just random shinies out in the wild. I've only shiny hunted, I think, once or twice. Twice, successfully, in Violet since the game had come out. I shiny hunted a Scizor once, and then I also shiny hunted a Trapinch, which was a fun shiny hunt. But the other shinies, like, I found a random Weasel, I found a Squawkabilly, what was it? A Yungoos, and I found two more. I found a Mudbray, and I found a Marill. Those were the shinies that I found, like, full odds just out in the wild, and while granted the odds are a lot better, this was before I had beaten the game, so I didn't have any shiny charm yet. Also, that was way too close for comfort. Listen, Zubat is a good Pokemon. People need to stop, like, dissing it just because of the fact that it appears so frequently. I love Zubat. I'm a big Zubat guy. It's definitely not, like, my all-time favorite flying type, but it's definitely one of the Pokemon that I have a lot of respect for. And I think it deserves more love and affection from the Pokemon world at large. Like, yeah, it shows up in caves a lot, but what do you expect? It's a bat. We're already almost done with Geodude, by the way. It's going really good that we have a Pokemon that can do solid, super effective hits on a lot of these Pokemon, and generally just has really good coverage with Magnitude, because Magnitude does a lot of damage. Stab, ground-type move, consistently getting high rolls. Like, it's beautiful. That, I say, there's the inconsistency there. First ever Magnitude 4. His name is Cheeseburger. You know, I went to a wrestling event on the beach on Tuesday, and there was a wrestler there named Cheeseburger. He was very funny, by the way. We loved Cheeseburger. Everyone loved Cheeseburger. When he got knocked out of the ring, everyone wanted Cheeseburger back. Everyone was like, bring back Cheeseburger! Where's Cheeseburger? It was a fun time. Level 21, we are not gonna learn self-destruct. Actually, no, that would have been really funny. I should have taught him self-destruct so I could blow up on one of Watson's Pokemon. I think it's one more level here, and we'll have ourselves a Graveler. I believe it's level 22 for Geodude. I might be wrong. But if my memory serves correct, It does not. Okay. So then I think it's either level 24 or 25. I don't feel like looking it up, even though that would be really easy. In other news, getting back onto something I talked about earlier this week, I'm doing, not tomorrow Saturday, but the following Saturday, I'm doing my One Piece lore dump for my brother-in-law Z, as well as a couple other friends, mostly to catch Z up to where my fiance and I are in the One Piece anime. I'm fully caught up to the manga, so that's besides the point. But we are only collectively watching the anime on the rate of Onigashima, which is not like, it's not that too far off from where I am technically. Like, yeah, we've had just about 2 arcs in between where we are on the anime and where I am in manga, but it's not too shabby. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, I hope you have fun at the game, bud. What's it called? But yeah, it's mostly to catch him up. I have gotten to the way through the PowerPoint presentation that I'm making in terms of, like, where I've written. I'm just about done with the East Blue, which might not seem like a lot, but that's 100 chapters. So I've got just about 100 chapters of my recollection going on. I'm a little further past that because I'm closer to, what the fuck is it called? Whiskey Peak. I'm right before the Whiskey Peak part of the story, because I'm just about finished with Reverse Mountain / Twin Capes. So I'm very much looking forward to being able to get that done. I'll definitely have it completely ready by next Saturday. I'm sure of that much. But it's been fun, kind of going back through One Piece and looking at everything again. Kind of get to recontextualize a lot of earlier stuff with the lens of Chapter 1155 of the series, you know. There was a big revelation in yesterday's most recent chapter that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know who is watching my stream right now and I don't want to spoil anything. But the one thing I will say is that Buggy stocks have never been higher for me. We stay winning as Buggy fans, you know? I am here for it, and I am very happy. And here is the evolution of Gumball. Let me take a quick sip of my RC Cola, because, you know, I'm an old guy and I like my RC Cola. Oh, that's some good shit. Excuse me. Alright. And that is Graveler. We now have 3 more Pokemon left to get. We're going to do a quick heal, even though we don't need to. And we are going to move on to this, our Gulpin. Simply because of the fact that Gulpin, I believe, is our highest level, at level 28, that we have to achieve here. Thankfully, Gulpin is also closer compared to some of the other Pokemon we've had to evolve, being at level 12, as opposed to earlier captures that are, you know, obviously, like, level 8 or 9. We're gonna have to rely on a bit of switch training. Season 4 of My Hero, you're catching up. What, there's 7 seasons currently, so you're getting up there. Very nice. Okay, poison gas is the one that poisons. I'm thinking of smog. Smog is the one that damages. boosts your attack and then goes for a special-based move. That's smart. My beard is itchy today. Because I worked outside all day, that's why. Sludge is going to be very, very handy. Come on. Just hit the poison gas. Thank you. Overhaul is pretty important, I would say, without spoiling anything. He's an enjoyable villain, too. I mean, he sucks. He's a horrible person, but I like Overhaul as a villain, if that makes any sense. He does his job well, being a genuine piece of shit. I was trying to use Pound. We are already at a comfortable point where I can kind of just attack, which I think is a lot better than where we were. Forgot that poison is a physical type in this generation. We will not be learning Amnesia. I am sorry, Dis, it is not happening. Alright. Well, that was quick. Okay. So I know it's a little weird having a Pokemon stream today, but I figured I would do something fun since I'm not going to be doing the garbage bin. I want to have a bit more of a sturdy plan for what I do for garbage bins, and I've kind of just been flying by the seat of my pants for the most part. You know, and that's not like a very sustainable methodology for this, so I'm going to be focusing more on finding like a proper schedule. I'm thinking I might make a post in the Retro Achievement forum, seeing if there's any like licensed games that people think would be a fun time to stream. Because the forums on RA are actually a pretty solid place to gather like information and talk to like-minded gamers. I don't use it very often, but it exists, you know. And I've noticed that a large majority of the people on that website are grown-ass men. Like, I remember someone made a post not too long ago being like, oh yeah, please tell me I'm not the only guy who's in his 40s here. And so many people were like, yep, 40 here, yep, I'm 40. Oh, I'm almost 40, I'm 39, and it's just like, geez Louise, I am a youngin' compared to these guys. Come on. Pound him in the face. Come on, Disc. Give him a real pounding. Yeah, pound him, yeah. Pound him, man. I don't know what I'm doing right now. This is what happens when I work outside in the sun. My brain gets a little melty. Oh, there goes my foot. Oh, okay. There are moments where I want to shave my beard off. And then I forget that I have a serious case of baby face when I do. So I think about that, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not shaving completely. No matter how bad my mom might want me to sometimes, because she thinks I look like a bum. My beard really isn't that bad. I keep it trimmed. Jeez. Calm yourself with the moonlights, alright? None of that. Come on, smack him up. Piece him up real quick, this. Let's go. Can I get another good attacking move to replace Yawn so I don't have to dip out every 5 seconds? Level 22. We're not doing bad. We are making some really solid progress on our boy Dis here. Dis Nut. Oh, with the sludge poison, let's go. Also, I'm like, I think I'm about 90% sure I'm going to see Superman tomorrow, finally. Very excited. It was originally supposed to be today, but we actually have to go to our, my fiance's cousin's Sweet 16, which is a very long-winded way of saying going to a birthday party. I don't know. I don't think we're going to stay there for too long. We're probably just going for cake, and then we're all going home. But, I like eating cake, so that's a plus. There's a plus there. I didn't want to yawn. Nice. Also, I'm gonna have to get back into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. The Daima DLC just came out. I do have the season pass, so it's pretty much a necessity. Also, good crit. So I wanna play the Daima DLC really bad. Show me an Illumise, please. go. Just 3 more levels, and then we can switch to Electrike, because that is a level 26. And then I believe it's Oddish into Gloom, that's level 22. Alright. Oh, so yesterday I watched the live stream that Rogers Base was doing for the new Donkey Kong Banana. Shout out to Rogers Base, one of the best One Piece content creators out there. Join his Nakama. But he's a big Donkey Kong fan, so naturally he had to play Bonanza. And I am absolutely living vicariously through this man. I'm not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. And the most I've played that game is through a Target or a Walmart kiosk. And that's probably going to remain the most I play that game for quite some time. But that game just looks so much fun. If I can convince my friend to get Bonanza and then let me just sit on the couch for like an hour, 2 hours playing his Switch 2, I will bum off. I don't care. Just so I can play that game for a lot longer. I would be so hyped for that. I love Donkey Kong. And Bonanza, just, it looked so fun, and it felt fun when I played it for a few minutes. Just, oh my god. What a goddamn game. Oh, Gulpin's 26. See, this is why I'm supposed to look at the chart. I just don't. Gulpin's gonna want to learn, like, Swallow and Body Slam and Spit Up. Yeah, you can learn Body Slam. We'll get rid of Yawn for Body Slam. That's fine. Alright, well now we're gonna move on to leveling up Electrike. Cool, man. We got a Super Potion off of Snoofer. Snuffer, we got an X attack. Snaffer, we got a Super Potion. And Sniffer, we got a Super Potion. So we're 3 for 4 on Super Potions, it seems. Cool. Well, that's obnoxious. Nintendo is a pretty scummy company. I love the games that Nintendo has put out over the years, but their business practices are just pretty shit. It breaks my heart to, you know, have been a lifelong Nintendo fan and know that they pretty much just suck eggs. Like, on a regular. It's not great. But you know what? I just have to kind of deal. And by deal, I mean I will be speaking with my wallet, and I'm not going to be buying new Nintendo stuff all that often anymore. If I had it my way, I'd be getting the ROG Xbox Ally. Seeing that it's going to retail for like $700, I'm probably not going to get the Xbox ROG Ally. As much as I would really, really like to when that comes out this holiday season, because that thing looks amazing. I don't mind jumping back onto Xbox after years. Because that was my, like, console that I really grew up on the most. Like, yeah, I had a Game Boy and a DS as a kid. And, you know, I had my GameCube and my Wii. But when I got my Xbox 360, that's when my real gaming, like, started. And, like, I would not have an issue going back to what really brought me up into the world of video games proper by having an Xbox-related system. I loved the Xbox 360. It was definitely the best system of that generation, bar none. Like, because you can't really count the Wii as part of the same generation. With Nintendo, they're always just a little bit behind. You know, they didn't have HD at the same time as everybody. It took them till the Wii U to get HD onto their systems, and even then it was only 720p. And, you know, now Nintendo only just got 4K resolution with the Switch 2. The PS5 and Xbox Series X have been out for long enough at this point where that's just kind of, whatever, I get it, you know? And granted, obviously not everyone's got a 4K receiver or a 4K TV to fully maximize their visual efficiency, but at this point, you know, 4K is a done deal. It's happened, it's here, no one gives a shit. You know, Nintendo's always been pretty slow on that upkeep. I took a Nintendo about 30 minutes ago, by the way. Congratulations, Z. I hope that Nintendo was nice and hefty, and that it really cleared up your system. Yeah. But you know, I would love to go back to Xbox proper. I love me an Xbox system. Just the way the controllers feel, the way the menus are laid out, the user interface is genuinely pretty solid. I'm a big Xbox fan. I always have been, and I think I always will be. Not to say I dislike the other consoles. Like, I think they all have their own individual merit. My PS4, obviously, it still serves me well, even if... Well, I can't say it still serves me well. I haven't used it in months. But, you know, it served me well while I used it, and I should probably plug it in and see if it still even works at this point, because it's been that long. But, like, I played the entire Kingdom Hearts series on there, that, you know, there are available on the PS4. I played through Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on there. I played through it the second time, because I got it for the Xbox One originally when it came out. And I just played so many games on my PS4. Spider-Man, the whole reason I even got a PS4 to begin with was Spider-Man PS4. Platinumed that game. My first ever platinum was Spider-Man PS4. Did not stop until I got it. I platinum Miles Morales on there. I was going for the platinum on, I think, Kingdom Hearts 1 for a good bit there. I was grinding out, like, all the content that I could. I was actually, the last time I played KH1, I was in the middle of my grind to make Ultima Weapon, which was taking me a long time. A very, very long time. Excuse me. Once I got Ultima Weapon, that's when I was going to fight Sephiroth. And then the secret boss added to 1.5, that's supposed to just be Xemnas. Because I never fought that fight either. I tried the Sephiroth fight after I unlocked the cup, and I got my ass handed to me. Oh my god. Oh my god. So yeah, no, it was a rough one. That Sephiroth fight is no joke in KH. I think I tried the one in KH2 as well, but I was far from ready for that one. I got my ass beat even more. And then, what is it? I tried the Lingering Will fight. I lost the Lingering Will fight. I don't think I lasted more than like 10 seconds before I got my ass handed to me. That fight is difficult. There's a reason it's one of the hardest fights in the series. You know, only beat by, what, the Birth by Sleep boss, secret boss fight, and... who's it? Yozora in, Remind. Which, that's another fight I have to get to at some point, is the Yozora fight. Knowing full well that he can steal your goddamn Kupo coin from you and take your revive, utterly insane behavior. That is one of the craziest boss fight mechanics I think I have ever seen in my life. Oh, you bought a revive item? No, you didn't. Congrats on beating Lingering Will. It's a genuine accomplishment. Yay! My Electrike finally beat a Pokemon on its own. Wow. The fucking poison powder. Come on. I don't want to use my resources constantly. Stop giving me reasons to. Another super potion. What do you got, Snuffer? Is it another super... No, it's an antidote. Wow, that's insult to injury. Another super potion. What do we got? Sniffer? Another super potion. Again, we're 3 for 4 on the super potions. What are the odds of that? See, now that's even more impressive. Lil bro is flexing right now. Why isn't Electrike learning any electric type moves? Why do you not have any electric type moves? You are an electric type. I mean, listen, you said it, not me. I wasn't gonna say that. You're a kid. You're supposed to play games like that. I'm a grown-ass man. I wish I had the time and, honestly, technical skill and prowess to pull off the accomplishment of doing something like beating the Lingering Will. Because, I mean, full disclosure, I'm not as good at video games all the time. Like, I mean, I'm good enough at some games, you know. Well, if it learns Spark in a few levels, it's a few levels too late for my liking. I feel like it should have had Spark at, like, level 13, or, like, level 14, you know? Why did I walk into Pokemon? Let me see. Real quick. Let's look at the prizes, because I bet I could be really funny and lazy. It's Flamethrower. It's Psychic. Team 24 is Thunder. How much is it? 4,000 points? I can do that. Hang on. Okay. Yep. God damn it. I'm lazy. I want it now. Was that stupid and lazy? Probably. Do I care? No. Really? Really? Quick attack at level 17? Are you shitting me? That's so lame. That's so fucking lame. He's gonna die. Yeah. She? I have no idea. What did I name this thing? I haven't been paying attention. banana. Can't you just stay paralyzed, you fucking rat? Oh God, stop giving me odyshes. Oh boy. I'm gonna T-wave here. Oh, you're a rat. You're a fucking rat. I'm taking a quick sip of my drink. I do like Oddish. I have nothing against Oddish. I just dislike fighting these Oddishes. Oddish is my new Wurmple. Not Wurmple, Whismer. Oh shit! A weed! Really? With the crit absorb? I almost said quit. Like I said, I've been working out in the sun. My brain feels a little melty today. Hence why I got the RC Cola. Because it's a good soda, and it's nice and caffeinated. Ooh, excuse me. Unfortunate side effect is the burps. Gotta deal with the burps. Thunderbolt is starting to do fairly decent damage to Oddish despite the resistance, which I'm looking forward to seeing more of. Someone's blowing me up with emojis. That usually means it's Tyler. Come on, dog. And by dog, I literally mean the dog that I am using to grind levels with. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. You have a tell, my friend. Okay, level 20. Now you're trying to learn Spark. We finally have 4 attacking moves. I don't care. Thunderbolt was worth spending money on just to make this go by faster. Because let's be honest, it was going way slower before. Oh, somebody held on with the skin of their teeth. For the love of God. Sand attack strats make me want to rip my hair out. Let's do that. Come on. Electrite was hard held back by how late it got sparked. They really should have given it Thunder Shock. Like, I get they were trying to build it, like, a specific way. Like, oh yeah, it's more of a physical attacker, but that doesn't work when you are in a generation with a physical special split. And Electric is a special type. It makes no goddamn sense. They built Electrike so stupid. I can't criticize Game Freak too hard. Because, like... They technically were still getting their bearings. Like, they're 3 games in, you know, or, well, 3 generations in. It's the early 2000s. This shit is still new. Right! That's the crazy part. They built its moveset around physical moves as if this thing isn't a special attacker. Like, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? They give it Howl! I can't stay too mad. I can't stay too mad. I can only be just kind of awestruck by the lack of sense that went into the creation of Electrike's kit as a Pokemon. Because, like, it's not really a bad Pokemon. Early generation syndrome where every mon has to use their attack stat. No, quite literally. Quite literally, every mon needs to have physical attacking moves for absolutely no goddamn reason. Like, I'm so glad that they took Ghost away from being physical when they introduced the Dark type. Right? That's how they did it. I know they took Ghost away from the physical, because Ghost was a physical type originally. I don't know, man. They done goofed a little bit. Game Freak still had the training wheels on, and unfortunately, they didn't really learn how to ride the bike much better after they took them off. Let's be honest there. Like, I love me some Pokemon. I think I'll always love me some Pokemon. Game Freak is very far from the perfect company. Ghost was always physical pre-Gen 4, and you see, that's fucking stupid. Why are the non-corporeal dead creatures physical attackers? Huh, why? They literally introduced a move where you shoot a concentrated ball of spectral energy, and it's a physical move. Like, I'm sorry. Last I checked, when you chuck a ball at something, a ball made of ghost energy, I don't think you can call that physical. You're dealing with something that barely exists in the physical plane. I don't know. I'm glad Game Freak has at least learned how to build movesets for specific Pokemon now, because they really didn't back in the day. They had such a hard time figuring out, like, how to set Pokemon into certain niches without making them completely gimmick-based, like Ditto or Delibird or Smeargle. You know, like very... Or Unknown. all very gimmick-heavy Pokemon that didn't do much outside of their own individual niche. Game Freak was good at that. Yeah, no, that's the kind of bullshit, you know? Like, before there was anything like Dark Pulse, Dark-type moves were quite literally Bite and Crunch and Sucker Punch. Like, I'm sorry. It's the exact same issue I have with Ghost Spin in reverse. It's like throwing a ball of energy and it's a physical move. You're punching something in the face and it's special. You're literally biting something and it's a special move. How? How does that make any goddamn sense? The answer is it doesn't. It makes none. I could have sworn Sucker Punch was Gen 3. Obviously, I could be very wrong on that front. But, like, I have memories of using Sucker Punch in Gen 3, so I must have Mandela'd myself just a little bit. Damn. I done Nelson Mandela'd myself, everybody. Pikachu was always bright orange, not yellow. Odor Sleuth? No thanks. I'm good. I'll pass on that one. Not to say it's an inherently bad move, I just don't need it for what I'm going for. Also, that's such a weird move to learn at level 25, Odor Sleuth. Like, I'm not fighting many ghost types at this point in the game, so I don't need to be able to hit them with normal type moves. You know, the only ghost type issues, like, I'll see, it's, what, Mount Pyre, and the fucking Phoebe fight in the Elite Four. That's it? That's my ghost type exposure in Gen 3. So why on earth am I getting a move at level 25 that lets me hit a ghost type with normal types? If this were Gen 2, and I really wanted to cheese the shit out of Morty by using Foresight against him with a Hoot Hoot that he quite literally cannot hurt, then yeah, that's one thing. Because I have, in fact, done that strategy before. Hoot Hoot could not get hit, but Hoot Hoot certainly could hit back. I think that's actually how I won a match. Not a match. I won a fight against Morty in, I want to say it was like Heart Gold, because his last Pokemon could do absolutely nothing to Hoot Hoot because all it knew was Shadow Ball and Lick for attacking. Or something like that. I knew it knew Shadow Ball, but it couldn't hit me. So the most that it could do is like Mean Look, I think, or Scary Face to lower my speed. Hoot Hoot does get Peck or not. I mean, it does get Peck, but my Hoot Hoot was a level 2 HM slave. My Hoot Hoot did not have Peck yet. Or not level 2, it was like level 4. It had Foresight, and it had Tackle. That's it. That's all my Hoot Hoot could do, was Foresight and Tackle. So, like, I was not bringing that thing in to fight, I was bringing it with me, because I fully intended to teach it Fly, and not worry about having to teach it to one of my regular Pokemon. That was its purpose. Its purpose was to ferry me around the region. Alright, Banana is evolving. Yeah, I think Hoothoot gets Peck at like level 9 or 10. And I had never trained the thing. Okay. We're not even a full hour into the stream. And we are already on to our 4th and final Evo before the second gym fight. Talk about exciting. Real quick, we are going to do a quick item collection. Super Potion, how did I know? Great Ball, little different. Regular Potions, also different. And a Great Ball! Okay, well, we are most definitely not gonna stay in having an absorb battle, as fun as that might be. I will do this, though. Snoop is going to evolve today. Rest not. Worry not, citizen, for Snoop D-O-double-G will be able to conquer his foes. So help me Gorsh. So long as I can hit the damn thing. I'm not hitting the damn thing. Oh, come on. Alright, poison powder. Now I just need you to learn some more moves so that you can actually... That would be great. Because right now you're just a funny little face with feet and some crazy hair. And I need a little bit more oomph. Very nice. Wow, one charm was enough to make you survive on 1 HP. That's a shock. Come on. Stun Spore doesn't help. Okay. Do a quick heal up, get some PP back. And just because I saw that we are already back to maximum item here. Ultra Ball, always nice to see one of those. Antidote, Ultra Ball. Come on. And a Hyper Potion. Okay. With the flinching. Enough. Enough of that. Also, just because I was watching... Not really watching. My fiance and I just threw on some, Markiplier playing one of those, like, random cleaning games in the background while we were eating dinner. I re-downloaded Power Wash Simulator because I love that game. It's so much fun. I'm having the time of my life power washing a satellite dish. Also, I saw they added a Wallace and Gromit DLC, and it's kind of tempting, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just think it would be really silly to power wash some Wallace and Gromit shit. I got the Shrek one and the SpongeBob one. You know? So, I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't get that. Can I please get, like, Mega Drain? Something, please? Wow. The game is laughing at me. That's what's happening right now. The game is laughing at me. One sec. What am I still doing out? Ugh! Sorry. My fiance happens to leave her Switch powered on when she walks away from it, and she doesn't have screen timeout turned on for some reason. I keep trying to kind of subtly nudge her towards the fact that maybe, just maybe, she doesn't have screen timeout on, and she doesn't actually hit the button, she just puts the thing face down, which is what she does when she's done playing. Just do this. Oh, that's a really nice display right there. I just set up, I took my Switch off the dock so that way I could charge my Switch. Or not, yeah. I took my Switch off the dock so I can use that while I charge my phone. So now I've got a little chat viewer and I can see my gameplay to the right of me as if I have like a little second monitor. Now I will be able to see chat messages a lot better. There are no TMs I can teach Oddish, right? Can Oddish learn? Oddish can learn Cut! Well, hey now! Oddish will in fact be using Cut. Now I can fight other Oddishes. And the Illumise. Yeah, I can do that too. Oh, game changer. Absolute game changer. I can get the full Illumise experience. Come on. Oh, Snoop is evolving. Look at this. Look at this. If not for the necessary gap in last week's streams, we would have had this done. But in much faster time compared to Roxanne, if I am not mistaken, we are ready to move on. Let me just go to the box real quick. Do a quick little deposit in here. Alright, and we shouldn't... Yeah, we have no more Pokemon that we can evolve. So we are going to pick up Morgana, our Crobat. And do this. It is show time. And yes, I have fought everyone in this gym already. Just wanted to highlight that for everyone real quick. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, dude, I so don't care that I can't. We're gonna stay in. I am gonna Hyper Potion. I'm just gonna... Yeah. In fact, just to be funny. Yeah! Yes! I received the Dynamo badge from Watson. Mauville Marvel, badge 2. Talk about exciting. Okay, well, that is badge 2. Which means now, the world has just opened back up to us. And we're not stopping here. No, no, no. I'm not ready to call it quits. You kidding me? So much to do, so much to see. So let's go kick some fucking ass, shall we? I'm thinking I want to take... What would be funny? What would be really funny to fight badge 4 with? Who should I fight Flannery with? I'm thinking it's gotta be Shroomba, right? We bring Shroomba as our mon of choice. We fought the Wind Straits already. So now, do we already have Rock Smash on something? Not yet. So we're gonna give it to Snaffer. Snaffer has a niche, and that niche is Smashing Buttons. Actually, real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take a look at my documentation. I want to see exactly what I have to do here. Pardon me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear. So, I now know what I must do. We do have to go indulge in a little bit of good old-fashioned tedium before we progress any further. Now what that means is we have to take... We have to take a nice, long trek. My odds of not bonking in this are A work in progress. Okay. What do we fucking want? Come down. Want to go to Dewford. Now, one might be questioning, why exactly do we go to Dewford? Well, it's not to fight Brawly. I can tell you that much for sure. But you see, in the lower floors of Granite Cave, stumble across some rocks, right? Also some items. There are a handful of rock-smashable rocks, which are not in this general direction, I might add. Just kind of meandering around. Ooh, a Pokeball that I missed. Never say no to a free Pokeball. I believe I have to... See, these rocks house a secret. And that secret is that there is actually an additional encounter inside the Dewford Tunnel. It's not the most impressive encounter, by any stretch of the word. But it is a mandatory thing for the Professor Oak Challenge for, you know, obvious reasons, being that it's part of the Pokedex. But I need to keep searching and keep searching in hopes that I encounter the Pokemon in question. If anyone would like to guess what that Pokemon may or may not be, you know, be my guest. Leave your thoughts in the chat. But I won't reveal this mystery Pokemon until we eventually find it. Unfortunately, no, it's not another Geo. That would be really fun, though, if all we had to do was catch another Geo. No. We have something much, much more unique than a Geodude. Now, I know these aren't the only rocks here, but they're the closest ones to a ladder that I can consistently get. So I'm just going to continue to do it this way, so that way I can reset the rocks every time I need to, more consistently. Another Geodude, unfortunate. Fucking blue ball. Ah. Keep getting baited by these rocks, man. I think this is it. This is where we're gonna get it, and that doesn't show. It crushes me poor heart. Also, yeah, I definitely think once we actually get to the point of capturing new Pokemon, I'm gonna rely on Shroomba as my switch training mon. Just because, like I said, I want this to be the Pokemon that I defeat Roxanne with, and I figured she'll get a lot of levels that way if I switch train into her. Ah, another Geodude. Just spit on my hopes and dreams, why don't you? Ah, there we go! Nose Pass, the Rock Smash Pokemon that we have been looking for. The ace of one Miss Roxanne, the Rock-type gym leader of Rustboro Gym, and our most recent capture. And this is, in fact, going to be named Schnoz? Yep, that's it. Alright, we have absolutely no reason to be here anymore. Let me the fuck out. Okay. Well, we can happily move on from Dewford for a good long while. We are officially done with Dewford for the time being. We will be coming back once we've beaten Flannery in order to get Brawly's gym badge. But for now, we are going to carry on with ourselves. We'll just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of how you doing. Okay. And now we get to go looking for our next encounter available to us. I'm going to save these trainers for... I was going to say for as long as I possibly can. That didn't happen there. It's okay. Unfortunately, we can't go up that way. No go-go goggles available. But we do have our next encounter, if I can actually fight the damn thing, in Nummel. Okay. And what do we name Nummel? I'm curious. I'm gonna name this thing Pimple. Because Nummel's back always reminded me of a popped pimple. And just so I can get the ball rolling. Come on. Turn. You fuck. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take this Nummel, swap around, and then just so we can have my evolvers in the box here. This box looks great. This makes me happy. Now, what we can do is we can fight these guys, Gabby and Ty, which is going to go fairly well, I think. No, I don't want to get interviewed. Fuck off. Actually, you can stay in for this. It was a risky fight, but it was a worthwhile fight. I fear you not. Give me my health that I have lost back, please. Thank you. Okay. Now, I'm going to do another quick double check because I didn't look very hard at what I had to do. So, goose. So our next primary goal is to get through Fiery Path. We have a handful of encounters in there that we are going to try and get. A bunch of fire and poison type Pokemon mostly. Real quick, we are going to take the Ross Berry off of you because you don't need that. And we are just going to also real quick heal. Very nice. Okay. There's another one right here. Okay. Already we're finding the Torkoal, too. Torkoal, I believe, is the rarer encounter for the cave. So, opening with the Torkoal is nice. I'm just gonna chuck the Ultra Ball at it. Yeah. I'm gonna name you Steam Bath. Okay, we also get Machop here. This is Ralph Machopio. I am going to just call him Machopio for short, obviously. Character limits and all. We also get Coughing here. Steamed Hams. Oh, Steamed Hams would have been a good name, actually. There's gonna be Stank Ass. Alright, and because Pimple's gonna faint, and then so is Shroomba, most likely. Yeah. We just need one more. No, 2 more encounters here. Really? Okay, there's one of the ones that we are needing. This is going to be named Manuts. Obviously as a reference to Slug Manuts because I'm hilarious and original. Christ almighty. You know, when I was a kid, I always thought that coughing, even though I never saw the thing hit super effective, I always thought that coughing was super effective weak to fire-type moves. From the sheer point that coughing's gases are shown to be hyper-explosive and volatile in the anime, that even a little spark is enough to set it off, right? So, naturally, in my brain, that made sense. Also, here we have our final fiery path encounter in Grimer, who we shall be naming Swamp Ass. After that's done, we'll do a quick 1-2 healeroo. And we can leave Fiery Path for good. Where our next encounters, if I am not mistaken, we're going to come out here and we're going to be able to get our hands on Spinda and Christ. I don't know why I did that. Spinda and Skarmory as our next 2. I am just gonna surge on through here real quick. Because I get access to these fights here, which actually works out really good for me. Probably gonna use a rock throw or a smog. Yep. This guy's a trainer. Ace trainer, too. Magnitude, that's a good thing to pick up. Yep. This guy's going to teach me about secret power. Now I can make secret bases. That is useless to me in this playthrough. And we have this little heal house, where this lady will indefinitely ask you to heal. You can get technically caught here in an infinite loop if you just keep mashing the A button. She will never let you go unless you back out of that dialogue. Which I always found very weird, but, you know, whatever. We also have another cool trainer. which, you know, for those unaware, was the Gen 3 replacement for the Ace Trainer. We have the cool trainers in this generation. Okay, and Pimple gets to stay out here. I lied. Pimple does not get to stay out here. Okay, now we have 2 more captures to do here on Route 113 to Fall Arbor Town. Spinda, who... fun fact for the uninitiated, Spinda's pattern is different every single time. There is not one single unique Spinda, and that includes shiny Spinda. The likelihood of finding the exact same shiny Spinda is the rarest instance in Pokemon history. Now, naturally, I'm going to name this thing Drunkard, because that's what Spinda reminds me of, is a drunk guy after karaoke night, stumbling out of the bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, and still singing his Dame Danes and whatnot. This is also going to end up becoming a primary locale for grinding going forward. We're going to have a lot of really solid, decently leveled mons to fight against, which is going to be really good for the Pokemon that we're grinding going forward. Although there are going to be better places, I'm pretty sure the areas outside of Fall Arbor Town are going to be more optimal overall. And here is our Skarmory, which we were looking for. We're just going to Great Ball this one. Great Ball didn't work, so we're going to go for the Ultra Ball instead. Ultra Ball still didn't work. Shroomba, take the lead. Get a little chip off. Wow! This guy doesn't want to stay. You don't get in the Pokeball. Get in the Premier Ball? Got in the Premier Ball. Okay. And now we have a Skarmory as well. I am going to nickname this thing Razor, but with a R-A-Z-R, because, you know, of course, one of the edgiest Pokemon, yet also one of the coolest Pokemon to ever exist. I am a big Skarmory fan. I'm also of that generation of people that thought Skarmory was a Gen 3 Pokemon, because I never saw it when I played Pokemon Gold version. I discovered Skarmory for the first time right here on this route in my original copy of Pokemon Sapphire. So, ain't that just fun? Let's just take a quick look-see. I want to look at the achievement set, because I want to see how they classify doing the evolution for Blossom here, because they may or may not require getting the Sunstone off of Wild Silver, in which case I'll likely be bringing Skitty in for covet purposes. Okay, yeah, they do require getting that. I can get a Moonstone from Meteor Falls, and I can also get my hands on Sunstones from Soul Rock. Just because today was kind of a bonus stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to Fall Arbor, and then, you know, all the progress that we make up to that point, I will consider that the finalmente, the end of the stream for the day, just because I don't want to spend, you know, too much time. I do have other things I have to do today, unfortunately, but, you know, rest not, we will be back again next Tuesday for more of the ever-exciting Professor Oak Challenge, which I know has kind of turned into my niche, and I'm really happy that you guys have been enjoying it as much as you have. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. It's been really fun getting to really get into this game the way I have. Come on, let me just skip. We got double battle. I can do that. That. Oh! He blewed up.
You seem like... Yep. This also... I'm just crazy. Parasol girl, you must die. These twins, you must die. I have to get Nummel up to level 33 for its evolution, which I don't think should be like too bad. Okay. Double team TM. Not horrible. We'll take the double battle. This guy's gonna have his Skarmory, of course. We're just gonna Mega Drain, get that threat out of here. Do this again, go in for the headbutt, because that's gonna KO. Wow. Shroomba's not gonna learn counter. You are gonna Ember, and you are gonna Mach Punch, because, yep. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright. We are going to talk to Lynette here. She's the PC creator for the Hoenn region. Get her out of the way. And then I just want to... This guy's going to give us Roar. Got ourselves a nice Fisherman here. This is the guy that tells us about fossils in the desert. We need the go-go goggles for that, so we can't do it quite yet. We do have, though, Swablu! One of our next encounters here, who we, are going to try and pick up. We also have Seviper, another encounter for the area. Seviper should be good in the Great Ball. Ooh, fighting it. I'm obviously going to name this thing Don't Step, as a reference to the Don't Step on Sneck, joke. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright, we're just looking for that Swablu now. Ay. Come on. Just give me a Swablu. You're not Swablu. You are also not Swablu. Thank God. Getting paraflinched by a wild Swablu.
Alright. And I'm going to name him Nimbus after Flying Nimbus or Kinto-un from Dragon Ball, Goku's Flying Cloud. Oh, I didn't mean to get into that fight. We're in it anyways. Let's deal with that fight, go heal up, and then we will call it for the day. Okay, so our progress for the day has been pretty stellar, I would say. We not only got 4 evolutions in Gumball the Grappler, Disc the Swalot, Banana the Manectric, and then where did our... yes, Snoop the Gloom. We also managed to get our hands on our new Nummel, Pimple, as well as Schnoz the Nosepass, Steambath the Torkoal, Ralph Machopio the Machop, Don't Step the Seviper, Razor the Skarmory, Drunkard the Spinda, Swampass the Grimer, Manuts the Slugma, Stankass the Coughing, and of course Nimbus the Swablu. Quite a collection of Pokemon today. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming out. We will be back on Tuesday for more of this super exciting Professor Oak challenge, where we are going to round up the remaining captures for the area, as well as start filling out our evolutions, and then look forward to Wednesday, where we are back with more of the Pokemon Nuzlocke, where hopefully I don't lose to Jupiter this time. Thank you again for coming out. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys Tuesday.